I like the question Danielle asked about when does it start.
Hmm.
I mean, I think you start talking about it when they're young, but when your daughter's young, like pre leaving high school, whatever, pre 18.
Hmm.
But I'm curious about that 18 to 21, 22-year old period. Like when they make off to college and
Yeah.
you're not, they may go across the country. Like you have to send them with some type of wisdom because you're not there to moderate their dating habits.
Right.
So it's almost like it's almost like there's going to, if you're unless your daughter just stays home until she's married, which a lot of women today I don't think are. I mean, I don't know
Right.
statistics on that, but I'm assuming a lot of women are going to college, after high school, and there's a there's a gap there, and I've seen it. I've seen women whose fathers were in their lives, and you can tell by how they were in like high school. They would shy away from dating, and they wouldn't really touch it too much. But somewhere in that second year of college, things started to get a little more liberal.
Hmm.
You see it, and I wonder, what do you think about that? Like you can, I can. What if she meets a man of her life in college? I have, you know what I mean.
Right.
I'm not in the dorm with her. I'm not around her. You know what I mean.
So you're saying like, how do you kind of guide that, like
Yeah.
beforehand?
How do you guide that? How do you guide that?
Can
I,
I?
I
Can I just. I would just like to keep this in focus here because it's about the daughter, right?
okay.
And
Good.
about what the daughter needs,
Okay.
right? And I just want to bring it again back to the point of a lot of women are confused.
Mm,
So, as Anthony's question was posed, he talked about a level of uncertainty in, where, in if she's out here, like, should I be, coming in between what would naturally be happening, and like if she's out here meeting someone in college or as she gets older. And I think women are confused because they're just doing that because there's no other recourse, right? I think that really what I'm curious about is this like real presence from men in women's lives, right? Like this, the way that it's being talked about feels like it's something that the women lead. And I just want to get down to the brass tacks of who is leading this. Is it the girls, the little girls that go out into the world and then have to signal to the men,
Hmm.
hey, I need your insight here. Hey, I'm struggling. Or is it on the men to, before the woman even gets going in that direction, start to tell her, I'm here to guide you. I have the platform to do so.
I think the latter is the ideal situation, but I think what you said before that is what's happening probably more commonly. Like
Yeah.
men are, reactionary. We're like men are probably reacting
Yeah.
to their 21, 22-year old daughter and her dating life picking weird dudes or, dudes who are not vibing. And think I think men find it easier to take a hands off approach.
Is
With a
that
lot
how it's
of
always been, though?
Uh,
I'm curious what Bees thinks about that.
so what I agree.
I
I
don't know.
think
I don't know a lot of daughters. I don't know of a lot of daughters with fathers in their life, other than really you. I mean,
or what
other
I'll
than my
say is
wife, like
what I'll
that's
say is a lot of women they don't have the um, or just all of us, a lot of us in general, we're born 80% out of wedlock. We don't have the examples first and foremost. So a lot of it is just like, okay, I'm going into the world and I'm trying to figure this out.
mhm.
Very true.
Now, speaking with my lovely lady, my lovely woman, I love her to death. Um, I think women are more susceptible to, um, I would say, what society is telling them and
Consumerism.
social media.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
tend to like get wrapped up into what they think they want and what they think they should have. You know, with the rap videos are telling, what love and hip hop is telling them, and and God forbid if they don't have those examples, it's kind of like, okay, I think this is what I want and what I should go into now. A lot of times, and it tends, it's biology. It tends to be like, when women tend to make those decisions, bad things tend to happen, and those decisions tend to stick around longer. So they end up having a baby, or since they're a little bit more emotional, they tend to take things on the chin a little bit harder. So it kind of like forces they give them this distorted reality, or this distorted vision of how a relationship should be or how it can be.
Right.
So I think a lot of it is reactionary, because we're not there all the time. So all right, we see our cousins or our daughters and our mothers like going through some bull crap. We're like, yo, hold up, this is not right. This is not right. This is not right. This is not. As a guy, I'm telling you, this is not right.
I think society.
Go ahead, babe.
I agree with you,
Mhm.
and I think society helps push men to the hands-off approach too.
Yeah.
I think society has told men to let women literally do what they want, and I don't have the best words to like really, target that, but that's just what I seen. Like, it's in art and movies, and it's subtle, but yeah, men are being pushed to not be involved.
Right.
It's like that's the first thing that popped into my head when she asked me, because it was so easy for me to be like, just let her do what she, you know what I mean? Because
Right. And that's
when you take the personal responsibility, when you don't apply that aspect to it, it's easy to like just take the hands off approach.